Shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to these YouTube streets. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa, 914, Westchester County, New York, coming to you with another live video. Shout out to these YouTube streets. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my support team. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to some of my YouTube creators. And it's getting late, you guys. It's getting late. Now, I don't think for sure if I'm going to go live in the morning. I don't know for sure if I'm going to go live early tomorrow morning, like the way I usually do. 9 times out of 10, I probably won't. But I will make my trip downtown to downtown Charleston, South Carolina, to make it in time for the dispatch in the morning. To make it in time for the dispatch in the morning. Now, if things don't go well with that, then I know what else to do. I already know what's next on the list to do. Shout out to the chat. You guys, I don't know what to say. The YouTube streets, I thought it was getting quiet. I thought it wasn't going to be as fierce as I've seen today. Because sometimes you don't have to tippity type into the chat to watch a video. You don't have to tippity type to be in the chat and watch a video. And I'm not going to come up here and pretend and be like, oh, I discovered a video. No, I didn't discover anything. I didn't discover a goddamn thing, but I was cruising on the YouTube streets and I got kind of curious and I got kind of nosy and I wanted to know what was going on. Child, I tell you right now, I'm sorry I ever started listening. Now I can't pretend that I didn't hear what I heard. I said, Lord have mercy. Shout out to the chat. Hey, what's up, Donna? Good evening. Good evening. I think I said it in Swahili in the title. It's a new word for me because I don't usually use it. It's USIKU MWEMA. USIKU MWEMA. That means good night. On these YouTube streets, there's a lot of hateration going on these YouTube streets. And I didn't know that people could be so hateful. Not only will they insult the person they're going after, but they will insult these people's family members. And then people get mad when people attack their family members. Shout out to the chat. I just don't know what to say. Grown people in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, close to 70 years old, calling other people names. And not only do they call them names and insult them, but then they turn around and insult the person's family. Wow. I didn't know that people's children and grandchildren were on the YouTube streets. I didn't know that people's aunts and uncles and cousins and mothers and fathers and grandparents were on the YouTube streets. I had no idea how deep some people will go. They want everyone to respect them, but why don't they respect other people? We got people on this app in this sector that have been crying for 3, 4, almost 5 years that people have been disrespecting them and their family members. But then when they complain, they turn right around and do the exact same thing they say that they don't like. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, shameful, disgusting. It's unheard of. I've never seen anything like this before. They don't even talk like that to each other in high school. They don't do it in Job Corps. They don't do it in prison. Because to speak words like that, if you was in a prison setting, your head would get split right the fuck open. Your wig would be on the floor. And I'm not talking about a lace front. I'm not talking about no extensions. I'm not talking about no actual artificial wigs. I'm talking about your scalp would be fucking open. You talk about somebody's mother, father, children, grandchildren. Your teeth would be on the fucking floor. You wouldn't make it out of a bathroom. And if you're on the yard, you better know how to run. Well, shout out to the chat. Got one in the building. That's all right. Shout out to you. Good evening to you. Wow. I couldn't believe it. What I heard today was emotional attacks. What I heard today was malice intent. What I heard today was breach of respect. What I heard today was a personal insult. And these are coming from grown people. Why you just can't keep it on the person? I'm dead ass serious. Why people just can't keep it on the person they're arguing with, or they are having the beef with, or the vocal combat with? Why you gotta mention the people's family members? But that's how people get down in these YouTube streets. That's how people get down. For real, for real. Shout out to the chat. Then after I left from off the mess, I went into a different sector of the YouTubes. And I watched a little movie. Then I left from there and I went somewhere else. I haven't turned on any other movies or really listened to any music real deeply. Wasn't really interested in all that. Shout out to the chat. I've had my days. I've had my moments. But today was the fucking day. And I can't really say I was shocked. I can't really say for sure that I was shocked. But I find it interesting that people say, don't fuck with my family, but you fucking with other people's family. You putting it on the floor, how you feel about that person, and then you equate their family in the insults. But you don't want it to happen to you. We got people on this app that actually think they're perfect, and there's nothing perfect about them. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one on this app, no one on this platform, no one in the world is perfect. I've never even heard a politician talk like that. It was disgusting. And I was not moved. I was not impressed. I was kind of disappointed. But I shouldn't be disappointed. I shouldn't be surprised. But that's the way it goes. People are holding on to their anger 3, 4, 5 years. And then when the other person confronts them and they do it in a fair manner and the other person gets gutter, but they don't want it to happen to them. And the thing that fucks me up is that the person, the host, will actually sit there and laugh. Now, we don't know if the host was laughing because they felt embarrassed. We don't know. A laugh is a laugh, as far as I'm concerned. I guess people just don't really realize what the fuck they be doing. Facial expressions says it all. Says it all. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, what's up, Letitia? What's up? Shout out to you. Yo, Letitia, I don't know if you're still in the building. Yo, Letitia is in the building. I don't know if you're still in the building. Yo, but I enjoyed your video, the one you did the other night. Yo, I was cracking up in here. I was laughing my ass off. I said, what the fuck is Letitia? But in my opinion, that is one of the most stupidest surgeries anyone can get. A BBL. That just shows you how much people hate themselves. That just tells you how low people think of themselves when they go out and have these fucking surgeries. Why the fuck? It used to be back in the day when they did dumb shit like that. They had oh Lord. The procedure, in my opinion, is stupid. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. And once the person does it, they're not happy anymore. They're not happy with what they got. It depends on what kind of surgery it is, but BBLs are disgusting. It's disgusting and dangerous. Thank you. It's disgusting. It's dangerous. It's unnecessary. Nobody likes it. It don't look good. Why do everyone want to look like that African woman that was on display a couple of years ago? Why does everyone want an ass that looked like that? All the trouble that she went through. And I'm talking about a black lady that came from South Africa. This was years ago. This was over a century ago when they did this to her. They brought her over here. Well, not to America, but they brought her into France and into England. And then after the woman died, there still was no rest. This is what these bitches want to look like? You know what kind of hell that woman went through while she was in those human zoos, while she was doing those shows? The men were getting paid, those white men were getting paid, but she wasn't getting paid. She was being drugged. And they did it during the time that she lived, and they did it after she died. They saved a casting of her body, her brain, her skeleton, and God knows what else. Yo, shout out to the chat. Yo, what's up, DJ Cleveland? Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna be up here very long. I just came up here right now because I'm not gonna go live early in the morning. I'm just gonna do the walk straight out with no going live. I'm not gonna go live because a lot of people will sit up in my chat. They won't even hit the like button. They won't share the video, and they won't hit the cash app. But they wanna sit in here. It's crazy. I mean, YouTube is YouTube, but you know, you know how I feel. Especially when my eyes be on all over these YouTube streets and I see what I see, and I know I'm not stupid. I know I'm not going crazy. Shout out to the chat. But yeah, the weather right now is getting cold. The weather right now is getting cold. I don't think I'm gonna turn on the heat tonight though. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see what happens when I don't do that. For one, my electric bill will stay low if I don't do it. And number two, I got other ways of staying warm. As long as I can eat and drink my water, drink my juice, drink my coffee, I'm good to go. Smoke my cigars, I'm good to go. Because I got to get up mad early in the morning and walk out of here. That's what I got to do. Yo, shout out to the chat. We got one in the building. I know people got things to do. I know people are busy, but it is what it is. I don't feel like going live 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't feel like doing it. I'm just gonna do the walk. It's gonna take me an hour and something minutes. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna clock in. I'm gonna wait for dispatch. If don't nothing happen, then I walk back home. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Shout out to the chat. So this Thanksgiving holiday bullshit put a damper in my pocket. That's why I don't like holidays. Even when I was living in New York, I didn't like no fucking holidays, especially if I was working a job and I knew the job wanted to be off for a certain amount of days. The certain amount of days that we be off, certain amount of days we don't get paid. I don't have a salary job. You know what I mean? I don't have a career. Like if I'm off 3 or 4 days, I'm still getting paid from the job. No, that's not what's happening right now. It's not what's happening. Then I seen a video today where they was talking about prison labor. They were talking about prison labor. And I was like, yo, we was getting paid. Some jobs they pay you 50 cent an hour to work those jobs. 50 cent an hour. Some jobs $1.40 an hour. If you worked in the kitchen, I don't know about no other state. I'm just talking about South Carolina, where I was at. If you worked in the kitchen, you made $1.40 an hour. That's all you got. That goes into your commissary. That goes on your books. Then whatever your people send you. Now, if you don't have anyone sending you any money, the best thing you could hope for is to have a girlfriend. A girlfriend that do got some money. That sounds cold, but it's reality. It was a reality for me. For real, for real. Cause I can count on my hand how many times my people on the outside sent me money, and then they thought they were doing the right thing. I'm like, how you think you doing the right thing, and this other motherfucker over here? I'm telling you, man, I do the YouTube streets like the way I used to do when I was in fucking prison. That's how I do. Same thing, no different. My mind always go back to that. You know what I mean? Word. Shout out to the chat. I had motherfuckers been with me 4 or 5 years. They like to sit in the chat sometime. They like to laugh and all that. But do they really support Arabia Barbosa? No. Nobody's going to support me like the way I did them. Nobody. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fucking fact. It's what I see in my fucking face. And I don't like that shit. I think that's some cornball shit. That's what I think. For real. Word. Yo, what's up, Miss V? Mrs. V, you ain't going live tonight? Oh, you usually go live a little bit later. I could time when you get ready to go live. You got a schedule. I think I can appreciate that. You go live in the morning? Yeah, because I'm not going live the way I was. Tomorrow morning might be, I might not go live tomorrow morning and the next morning. Matter of fact, I might not go live for a few days because I decided to take me a fucking break for a little bit. That's what I'm getting to do. Because what I understand about people, they don't support you unless you beefing with somebody. That's what I understand about people on this app. And everybody can say, well, Arabia, that's not true. Yes, that is fucking true. That's what I see. That's what I know. And that's the way it is. That's how it is. Ain't no other way. Unless you're building something or you creating something with your hands or you made some music somewhere. Nobody really want to do all that. For real, for real. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but some of these people on this app, they disgusting as fuck. And then they want to come up here and sit on a fucking high horse and think they better than someone else. Ain't nobody on this app better than nobody else. Ain't nobody on this app better than the next man. When people start thinking they better than someone, that means they getting ready to hit their downfall. That means that they are going down. They're not going up, they're going down. And I heard some bullshit today, and this is another thing I don't like. I don't like when things happen on my channel and motherfuckers can't get it right. Things be happening on my channel, not on this one, but on the other one I had. And I've heard people mention, it's only one person actually gave me my props. Yo, this happened on Arabia's channel. This what happened on Arabia's panel. This is what happened when we hit Arabia's link. I heard another thing said today about a video that took place over a year ago. Motherfuckers can't seem to let go of what happened over a year ago between two people that has nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. You said it happened on a panel, but they didn't mention my name. You know why they didn't mention my name? Because it would start some bullshit. Because you know what? When people do that, I pinpoint them. If I ain't friendly with you, if I don't fuck with you like that, you say some shit like that, and you don't put no straightener on it, you don't support this channel, you don't hit the cash app, don't do that. And that's when I'll start looking at people like they fucking haters. That they jealous. They wish it would have happened on their fucking channel. Well, if they treated people right and stop trying to fuck with people and fuck over on people, maybe people will come to their fucking channel and hit their link and talk their ish. But I notice that a lot of people don't like when people do that. I can't help it if people feel safe and protected when they come over here. That's my job. I'm not here to make anybody uncomfortable. You come over here, it's not my job to make you uncomfortable. But I am going to speak my mind and I am going to tell how I fucking feel. Period. So we got a lot of haters in this sector. And like I said before, there's a lot of secret haters. I didn't know I had so many secret haters until very recently. Ever since I stopped that drinking, I'm able to hear and I'm able to see, and everything is clear. And I know I'm not tripping. They think I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid. They think I'm tripping, but I'm not tripping. I'm on point, and they can't fucking handle it. They can't stand it. They can't control me. All right? I got some people that really rock out with me, and then we got the fake phonies. We got them. We got the people that worrying about who hitting my link, who talking over here, when they could have did the same fucking thing, because they want to fuck with people and fuck over people and make people feel bad. That's why people don't fuck with them like that. See, I don't have to come on camera dancing and singing and wearing wigs and all that bullshit. I don't have to do that. I could be me and stay me. And I've been like this before I even came to these YouTube streets. I'm gonna be like this after I leave. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but I'm not gonna be up here much longer. I just want to come up here real quick and say once again what I heard and what I saw on these YouTube streets. And it comes from people that want everyone to respect them. They don't want nobody to talk about their family, but they can talk about everybody else's family. They can run around and insult people. What I heard today and what I saw today was an emotional attack. Malice with intent, breach of respect, and a personal insult. And ain't nowhere in the world anyone on this app is going to convince me they got a college education somewhere or they got a degree somewhere and they can't respect another person. They can't act right. You're having a disagreement. Why you gotta attack the person's family? That's fucked up. See, I don't have a college education. I don't have a college degree. I don't try to make myself to be better than someone else. And I know that's a goddamn lie. You got some people on this shit think they better than other people. College degree, college education, and where did it get you? Right here on YouTube in the sector, talking trash just like everyone else. So how can you be perfect? How can you be God Almighty? You're not God Almighty. And the same people that do that call themselves believing in God. See, that showed me right there that that God doesn't exist. People believe that God is some kind of spook or some kind of ghost, and that's not fucking true. If you want to know who God is, look in the fucking mirror. Arm, leg, arm, head. 72 degrees for each part. When you add up each one, when you times it together, 72 times 5 is what? 360 degrees. That's who God is. When you look in the fucking mirror, that's who God is. He's not no spook. He ain't no spirit. He ain't no ghost living in no sky, a city sky that doesn't exist. Ain't nobody gonna fool me. They done fooled the whole world with that bullshit. That's exactly what it is. Bullshit. Think about it. Mathematics will prove it to you. Science will prove it to you. The main people on this app that tries to destroy other people, try to destroy their life, try to destroy who they are as a person, who keeps bringing up old mistakes, things that happened in the past, 3, 4, 5 years ago. These are the same people that say they believe in God. These are the same people that attend a church service. These are the same people that will wear a church dress with dress up shoes and a church crown. And they the biggest demons walking around. And straight like that. Straight like that. God is not no fucking ghost. Arm, leg, arm, head. I've been knowing this for years. I've been knowing this since I was a teenager. That's why I do what I do when I get ready to do it, because I know there is no consequences. When you die, that's it. Unless you believe in reincarnation. Shout out to the chat. And that's real. That's word as bond, my son. Word as bond, son. Shout out to the chat. Nini kuzimu kila wakati. That's right. Que diablo. Que carajo. That's what's happening. That's what's up. Because the more you hang around people that believe in God is being a spook, the more danger you're in. The more danger you're in. Ain't no way in the world people gonna believe that God is a spook. No way. Mathematics don't point to that. It don't. It don't. Only the 85% can be fooled like that. The 10% is making money. They're profiting off that bullshit. And the 5% always exposes it. And the 5% is always shunned. And the 5% is always assassinated for telling the fucking truth. I'd rather die for telling the truth than to hold it in my heart and don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. That's word is bond. The biggest wolves in sheep clothing are those that run the church. History has proven it over and over again. Look what they did to the Native Americans. Look what they did to the American blacks. Look what they did to themselves as they stayed in Europe. Every nation, every people that believe that God is a spook, is a ghost, look at what's happening to their countries. They don't have no peace. There's no peace. Nothing but war. And when they talk of peace, they prepare for war. Shout out to the chat. Everything is corrupt. Ain't nothing pure. Nothing. Shout out to the chat. And that's reality. That's reality. That's the way I see the world. And that's the way it is. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, God, oh, Lord. They can sing all the hymns they want to sing. But during the 1960s, the 50s, the 40s, when black people in this country wanted a change, they went to the church, yes. They prayed, they sang those songs, but what did they do? They put action behind their words. Some people marched, some people protested, some people carried guns, some people said, we're going to protect our neighborhoods. We're going to watch the police. We're not going to be bullied. We're going to stop the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah. We had some real motherfuckers back then. I don't know what they got now. Bunch of scary skeletons. They shake so much you could hear their bones rattle. I saw something on YouTube today where they talking about cannibalism. Having human meat in a fucking can. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if some of us are already eating that junk. Why you think when people go to the store and they buy vegetables and fruit or pasta or rice or potatoes or whatever it is, that they want to include meat in with their meal? Why you think that? You think it's by accident? No, not at all. They got motherfuckers running around here. The shit I be reading about history, how they did people, what they're doing now, it's ridiculous. They got this thing out now. It's called the human sleeve. That means if you're in a body that you don't want to be in, you can go and get it fixed, where you can get you a whole new body. And there's plenty of people around here in South Carolina that has done it. Trust me, I run into them. They be sitting in a wheelchair one day, and the next day you don't recognize them because they look different. But guess what? They know your name. Guess what? How they know your name? Because you introduced yourself. You was walking past. You was a homeless person. You just wanted $10 for that day. The next day they come walking past you. Hi, so and so. Here's $20. Here's $50. Then they walk off. Then you don't see them no more. Shout out to the chat. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the real shit that's really happening in front of your face, in front of your eyes. My great grandmother, she used to be a spiritual person, a person that basically what she mostly did was did fortunes. She read people's fortunes. She did that for a living. She had a son, Lawrence, Uncle Lawrence, my grandmother's brother, the only brother she had. When he became a certain age, he left the United States. He went to Africa. He went to Ethiopia. He went to Egypt. He went to different places in Africa. When he came back to the United States to visit, because he never came back over here. After his mother died, he never came back to the United States. He died in Africa. He died. But he was a high voodoo priest. And he was proud of it. Shout out to the chat. I'm telling you, man. I don't let nothing fly past me. Nothing. But one thing I've noticed, I never had problems with people that practice voodoo, Santeria, hoodoo. I never had problems out of them. Only the ones that said they believed in a spiritual God. Those are the ones. They were always the ones. And that's reality. So what do people that believe in that God is a ghost, he's a spook? They are malicious. They're the ones that be going around doxing people. They're the ones that say they don't want people to talk about their family, but it's okay for them to talk about someone else's family. It's all right for them to curse their family, but they don't want it to happen to them. Same ones that sit up there on their fucking channel and sing those spiritual hymns talking about God, and they're the biggest demons. They're the biggest foes. They are the open rival. Shout out to the chat. And that's what I see. And I'm not just talking about stuff that be going on the YouTubes. I'm talking about in real life too. Real life. Don't believe me? Ask the Native Americans. Ask my great grandmother what happened to her when she was a little girl. Ask her how she was separated from her family. Ask about the residential boarding school she went to. Ask about what happened when they changed her name to some other bullshit. A white woman name. Ask. When she left this earth, her last name was Barbosa. The first name was Bertha. She didn't remember the name she was given at birth, and she didn't speak the language anymore. When she met my great grandfather, and he came from Africa, he came from the Cape Verdean Islands, she immediately clung to him. They got married, they had children. She went into the ground at 52 years old. She died in 1949. 1949. You know, my great grandfather never married another woman after her. Never saw another woman in that house but his daughters. And when they all got married, they all left home. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. And I remember my grandmother, I don't know how But she got older and she joined up with the Jehovah Witness. That's something she should have never did. Never. She should have followed her mother's example. Her mother didn't go to church. Her mother wasn't a member in no church because the mother knew what kind of people running them churches. She knew. It's the same thing today. Same thing. They haven't changed. They might have changed some of their policies and their procedures, but they have not changed. And that's the message for this evening. I'm not going live tomorrow morning. There's no need for me to go live tomorrow. I can do that walk all by myself. Very few people actually come there to actually walk with me generally, truly, anyway. A lot of them people that sit in that chat do not support this channel. They don't. Very few. I can count on my hand how many people that do that walk with me in the morning actually support the channel. I can count. Because I'm not blind and I'm not stupid. Because I see what they do in other chats for other YouTube creators. Then they come over here. Nothing. And that's a big deal to me. And I think that's a slap in my fucking face as far as I'm concerned. It's a slap. It's an insult. And I'd rather not be bothered. So I'm out of here. We'll see y'all when we see y'all. Probably in someone else's chat with their bullshitting ass.